For Sound of Hockey, Darren Brown here with another Kraken Chalk Talk, talking through what went wrong for the Seattle Kraken in their 2-0 loss to the Dallas Stars on Sunday. Really, it was 13 seconds of misery for the Kraken that did them in. Of course, they didn't get any offense in the game. They were on the second of back-to-backs, but that's tough to make that excuse when so too were the Dallas Stars, who also had a shutout the night before against the New York Islanders 3-0, also at home. So I guess you can give them the benefit of the doubt and that they didn't have to travel, whereas the Kraken had to travel from Minnesota to Dallas, which makes things a little bit tougher. Having said that, there were really two goals that happened across a 13-second span here. The first one came off of a cross-crease pass from Short King and former Seattle Kraken legend Colin Blackwell over to Sam Steele, who gets an easy tap in. Second one comes off of a rush from Wyatt Johnston, basically straight off of the neutral zone face-off after the goal. So in 13 seconds, they go from 0-0 to 2-0. In the context of the game, the Kraken did not have much going in this first period. They got outshot 13-6 on the whole. Philip Grubauer actually did play quite well in the game. There was some debate about whether he should have had that Wyatt Johnston shot. So we'll talk about it here in a moment, but let's break down these two goals. Now, on the first one, we can already see that the Kraken are in disarray in their defensive zone coverage because Josh Mahura is on the wrong side of the ice. He is typically the left defenseman. He's a left shot. Will Borgen is the right defenseman. Mahura and Borgen obviously don't play together regularly. Mahura is only in the lineup to fill in for Vince Dunn, who's injured. Now, as we let it roll out here, Thomas Harley gets the puck right at the blue line. He starts walking down. Borgen and Mahura stay both on the right side. So it looks for a moment there like maybe Borgen is expecting Mahura to go back over to the left and pick up Sam Steele on the left side of the ice, but he doesn't do it. He stays on the right. So if we let it run a little bit longer, it seems like Borgen is recognizing, Mahura is staying here on the right. So he starts slowly shading back over towards the left. Doesn't turn around and actually take away Sam Steele's stick on the far side, though. Instead, he tries to play the puck, as does Mahura, as does Philip Grubauer. Philip Grubauer maybe could have taken this away, but it skips right over his stick. You see, he does lunge for it there, but he misses it. Borgen then is also trying to play the puck, but he doesn't get it. Instead, he should be taking away Sam Steele's stick. But, again, he's looking at the puck, trying to do whatever he can to break it up. The result is Sam Steele is wide open, easy tap in through Grubauer. Boom, 1-0. Now, the second one comes just seconds later. Jamie Benn is carrying the puck through the neutral zone. This is just off of the center ice faceoff. The Kraken were heading north and turned the puck over, so now we're heading back towards the Kraken zone. So Jaden Schwartz is already behind the play. Chandler Stevenson is covering the middle. Jamie Benn carries it over the blue line, drops it off for Wyatt Johnston. I'm going to stop it there for a moment because watch what Ben does here. It's nothing totally special. All he does is just continue gliding towards the net. And somehow that's enough to tie up both Riker Evans and Adam Larson without getting an interference penalty. No ref in the league is going to call this interference because it's not interference. He just keeps gliding, and watch the defensemen both tie up with him. Okay, so now they're both out of the play. So you see Schwartz is backtracking, trying to catch up to Johnston and take away the shot. But again, he's a step behind. One would wonder if Chandler Stevenson should be shading over to also go after Johnston, but realistically, Stevenson does have a job to do here. He is supposed to be taking away the pass in the middle, which he's doing. So it doesn't look like he's trying, but really he's drifting back to try to take away that pass. He does have his stick in the passing lane. Johnston elects to shoot, and he just has too much time and space here. Now, the Kraken fans, the Grubauer haters, were out in full force, blaming Grubauer for this play. But think about what's happening here. Johnston has plenty of time to come in, pick his spot, rip a shot, and it goes off that far post and in. So it's a perfect shot. And as the goalie, as you're tracking back, you're also moving to the side because you're trying to keep the angle exactly right. If you take one little step to the left a little too much, or you take not a big enough step here, he takes one step a little too far. And when the shot actually goes, he's a little off his angle. I'm just going to back it up and look at it once more here. So watch Grubauer's feet, right? He just takes a subtle little shift from his right to his left. And when he does that, he moves just a little too far and opens up that far side for Johnston. Johnston gets his head up, lets it rip, and boom, off that far post and in. Perfect shot. Goal, 2-0, and that's all it takes for Dallas to win this game. So just a couple of really important errors in this one. Obviously, there's no offense coming from the Kraken in this one. It's very hard to win when you score 0 goals in a game, but they need to clean up those little things, and they need to stop having these single goals turn into 2 or 3 goals, because once you compound those goals against, all of a sudden it becomes a much bigger mountain to climb, especially against a team like Dallas that's so balanced and so skilled in all 3 zones. You can't have these letdowns where you give up 2 and 3 goals at a time. It's got to be, if you're giving up a goal, that's okay, right? But it's got to be one and done. You have to then come out on the next faceoff and shut things down. The Kraken didn't do that against Dallas on Sunday. The result is a 2-0 loss. For Sound of Hockey, Darren Brown. Cheers.